Okay, so here's the deal. I've been hinting in the last few videos that something big is coming. And what I'm about to show y'all is that big thing. So as you can see behind me, I have 4 pretty big boxes that say flycraft on the side. And what is flycraft, you may ask? Well, flycraft is a brand that makes inflatable fly fishing rafts. You heard me right, inflatable fly fishing rafts. Well, ever since we went on our first guided trip a few years ago down the Guadalupe River in one of those awesome float boats, like fly fishing rafts, we knew that one day we wanted to get one. Well, after years of waiting, months of thinking about it, and a week of shipping, we finally got our very own fly fishing raft. This thing is decked out with all sorts of accessories, and today we are going to be building it up from ground zero. We are going to be putting all the components on it, inflating it, getting it all set, because in the next few videos we're going to be taking this thing on some serious adventures. This thing is going to get us into so much trouble. We're going to be able to take this down the Guadalupe rainbow trout fishing. We're going to be able to take this down the Comau River in the summer. I already have some ideas on I want to take this down some rivers and do overnight challenges where we camp on the side of banks of rivers. So this thing is going to be so awesome, and it is going to open up a new chapter and a bunch of new abilities here on the channel. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let's get into building a boat. Okay, so first things first, before we can build our boat, we got to open up all the boxes. Okay, so I got everything out of the boxes, and we have it all laid out here. I honestly have no clue how we're gonna put this together. There's a lot of parts, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. We got a little bit of daylight left. So, first off, we are going to inflate the raft. This is gonna take a while, so I'll meet back up with y'all in about 5 hours. Okay, so I got the entire raft about 3/4 inflated, which is what you're supposed to do. It's pretty cool. There's actually 4 different air chambers, which is pretty cool. Basically, so if you puncture one, which it's self-bailing, so you really shouldn't be able to puncture all the way through anyways, but if somehow you're able to puncture part of the raft, the whole raft wouldn't just deflate and sink. You know, you'd still have 3 air chambers. So got it mostly inflated. Now we're gonna put the floor in. Okay, so I got the entire raft fully inflated, the floor, the sides, everything. And not only does this thing look awesome already, even without all the accessories and framing and everything, but I cannot believe for an inflatable floor how sturdy that is. I mean, this thing is like standing on concrete. So it is looking good. I don't know why I said looking twice. But now it is time. We're going to assemble the frame and get the frame into the boat. All these pieces we gotta get unwrapped and we'll get them put together. Okay, so I just finished out laying out the frame of the boat here, and this looks, I know it looks pretty crazy, and I know y'all are probably wondering why the rope is here. And the reason why the rope is here is you can see that it's actually goes through the frame here, and the rope is internally routed through the right side of the frame. And the reason for that is because this is an anchor system. So the rope is internally routed through the frame so that we can lower and raise the anchor from the front of the boat. And that way you don't have to deal with, you know, dropping anchor, backing off and all that stuff. So it should be pretty cool. Now we are gonna go ahead and we gotta put grease on all the male and female ends, and we're gonna bolt together the frame. It's getting close to done. They even include a free glove. Okay, now it's time to bolt this baby up. So, obviously, this boat is really cool for a lot of reasons, but one of the littlest reasons that I feel like a lot of people would look by that's just really cool about this, and I do think this only comes with the Pro package, which is what we got, but is it comes with tool-free, these like plastic nuts. So instead of having to use a screwdriver and a wrench to bolt everything in like you would even furniture or stuff like that, you stick the bolt through the hole and use this little knob and just hand tighten it on, and it kind of locks it on. It's really cool. Okay, so next up we are going to be mounting on the seats onto the boat. So we have these little hinge things here, and this is what's going to allow the boat to rotate, or the seats to rotate on the boat. Oh, okay, so we got the frame and the chairs installed, and they look good. The chairs are really comfortable. I put these cool, like, quick release things that came on in the Pro package that we got. So basically, we can release the chairs, so like take the chairs off really easily without having to unscrew or take off anything, which is pretty cool in case, you know, you want to take them out on a riverbank and sit down or something. But so now the next step, if I'm correct, is we're about to put the oars on. And we have a big storage rack to go off the back. We got some more stuff to do, and it is getting dark and it's getting cold, so we better get going. It's time to assemble the oars. Yep, that is right. I am now sitting in our brand new, fully constructed fly fishing raft. We finished up the build. It is the next day. We finished up everything. We got the frame installed. We got the raft filled. We got the gear rack on the back. We got the rod holders in, which I'll show y'all in just a sec. Everything turned out so incredible. This thing is just amazing. I mean, I can tell it's gonna be a blast fishing in it without even fishing in it yet. If y'all want to check out Flycraft, I'll have their YouTube channel and website linked below. And if y'all are looking for any sort of fly fishing or fishing raft, I would definitely recommend checking them out. Now, let's give y'all a tour of our brand new fly fishing raft. So, starting on the front, this is the front chair where the front fisherman will be. Now, the only thing we did not install in this video because it is back ordered, but we should get it before our first fishing trip in the new raft, is a lean bar. And what a lean bar is it's gonna screw on right here and fold up so that the person in the front will have a like metal bar, like a kind of railing post to lean against while they're fishing and going down rapids and stuff. That way they don't have to, you know, support and balance while they're on the boat. They can just lean against it and it'll give them tons of support. So that is pretty cool, and we will be installing that as soon as we get it, and it should get here within the next day or two. Now, you got the front chair. Moving on, we have this little guy, which I didn't actually install on camera because it took a little bit of a learning curve to watch videos and stuff on how to get installed. But what this is, check this out. So you see it says Flycraft. It's a really cool design. It's a really cool metal box, and when you open the box up, you see our fly reels. Well, that is because the fly reels and buds of the rod go in here, and then the rods run down here, and then they run it into these plastic tubes that are mounted into the frame, really sturdy, and they run all the way towards the back of the boat. You can see the rod tip sticking out right there. That way, it keeps the rods out of the way, and as y'all probably know, fly rods can get really tangled and messed up when they're all rigged up and tangled together. There's just so many little hooks and rigs and light line coming off of them, so they get really tangled. So this way you can have your fly rods pre-rigged, but in these sleeves they cannot touch each other or get tangled. So that is an awesome bonus to this boat. Now moving on towards the middle of the boat, we have the two rower thingies. These are what are going to support our giant, big old strong oars, so that this person in the lower middle chair can really get to rowing. These things are really cool. They're like a really cool, like goldy bronze color, and everything's just really nicely made on this boat. Now you have the rear chair coming over to the back of the boat, and this is the gear rack or storage rack, whatever you want to call it. So basically what this is we can tie down our Yeti, our camera gear, a tent if we ever want to go camping in it, all sorts of stuff, extra fishing gear on this rack. That way it's up out of our way, it's not taking up any floor space, and we don't have to, you know, get all messed up, you know, reaching around under chairs and stuff getting in. So all our gear will go here, and there's actually quite a lot of room for gear to go under it as well. So that is awesome. Over here, one of my favorite parts of the entire boat, we didn't even realize it had this feature until we got it. There's a dang GoPro mount. So this little mount right here, you can put a GoPro mount in, and I made myself a little DIY GoPro mount so that y'all can come along on the fishing adventures. Right here is the anchor system. So this is really cool. So the rope, I kind of was talking about this throughout the video. So the rope is internally routed through the frame on the entire right side of the frame, and then you see it comes out right here, and this is where our anchor will go on this carabiner. Well, what's so cool about this is all you have to do to release the anchor is pull the rope out of here and obviously let go, and the anchor will pull the weight down. Then whenever you want to stop it, you just pull it through these little guides like that, and then you pull it up as much as you want, and the rope cannot pull back through. It's a really cool locking mechanism, and it's going to be awesome, and it'll just save us so much time, and it'll be such a less of a hassle, you know, dropping the anchor down and pulling it up. And now, the most important thing of this entire fly fishing raft that it would be horrible without this one small feature that truly completes the boat. We have a leveling cup holder. So yes, this is the most important part of the boat by far. It is an awesome cup holder that you can mount anywhere on the frame. And what's really cool about it is when I said leveling, I mean, you can see it swivels all around, sort of like a gimbal. So when you're going down rapids and stuff, it'll keep your drink level no matter what. So you won't be spilling any H2O. And that right there is the tour of our brand new boat, minus of course, like I mentioned, the lean bar that will be going off the front. That'll be really cool once we get it, but we just haven't gotten it yet. It's a little back ordered, but a lot of things are nowadays, so no big deal. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment if you're excited to see some fishing adventures in this. I can't speak in this thing. We have some really big plans coming up very, very soon. So if y'all did enjoy this video, I'd love it if you maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already, and leave a like I said, and comment down below any ideas you have for adventures with this thing, whether it's this winter going down the Guadalupe, pond fishing. I have some really cool ideas for this summer. I want to do some camping trips out of this thing, like survival fishing, catch and cook camping trips. I think it should be really cool. Thank y'all so much for watching and coming along with me as I learned how to build a boat. I will see you in the next fishing adventure. Until next time, peace out.